We're the Shades, and we built a custom home with Coln Construction.
We ultimately met with, I think it was 3 different builders when we were looking at building a home, and had gotten different feels from what their expertise was. There was something about Andrew, the way that he talked about the process and his attention to detail, and the integrity piece was a huge part of it. While his budget may not have been the cheapest, we knew that it was going to be accurate. Whether it was an invoice or a number or a budget that he gave to us, we never questioned it.
Neil is much more of the business side of things, of the numbers guy, and so I feel like when we met with Andrew, I was much more just trying to get a feel for who he is. And then I think through any interaction you have with Andrew, you leave this is an honest guy. I remember him, one of the first things he says is I have a vested interest in creating a home and creating a relationship with the people I'm building a home for. I'm going to be around. We built a home in the community that he lives in. And so while Neil was probably a little bit more interested in the business, the money side of things, I left that first time with just a feeling, a good feeling that this is who we need to work with.
I would choose the builder before I chose the architect, and allow the builder to be a part of the design so that not only do they know what needs to be done, they can offer advice in regards to what's going to cost extra unnecessarily, something that is going to add value to the house. Andrew was a huge help in that part of it.
Surround yourself with people, ask lots of questions, from people who have gone through the process before you. What are things that either you regret you haven't done, or a couple years down the road, if we don't do this is something we're going to look back on and wish we had done. And I feel like Andrew was one of those people for us that really gave us that good advice when we were going through the process.
The reason why I would choose Andrew again, and I wouldn't even consider speaking to other builders, is from the transparent process beginning to end, with budgets, with cost, with mistakes. As soon as he found a mistake, he was first to admit it and first to rectify it, and was always fair and transparent about what it was going to cost and who was responsible for the cost and what we were going to have to do to mitigate it.
So it's been several years since Andrew handed over those keys to us, and we moved into our home. And I would say, we've lived a lot of life in that home. We've brought home 3 kids, 3 more kids in that home, lived in that home, and it's held up to our family. And that quality that we were striving for is still around.